We are back in it right now. Nice. This is gonna be a fun part of your video.
This is romantic.
Before we go deep, I'm gonna need a few mimosas.
Message to the haters. Woo-wee. What is good?
Whoa, testing. What's up, brother?
We mic'd up.
Mic'd up, ready to go.
Another episode of Walkie Talkie.
So when do I get the walkie talkie? Is it in your bag? The actual walkie-talkie?
The actual walkie talkie?
Right.
No, you gotta pretend. Give me your best walkie talkie.
Listen,
noise.
brother, that's not what I signed up for.
But you
Get
did
it?
sign up.
I did. That part is true.
Introduce yourself for people who don't know who you are.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Joe Greer, good friend of Paul. Back in the city for about a week. This is my last day. I actually leave tomorrow. Super excited to be a part of this series. I've been loving what you've been putting out on the YouTube, and it's just an honor to be a part of it. But man, enough talking. We got a few hours.
Let's go.
Let's take some freaking photos.
Let's take some pictures.
The last few days, I probably put through like 6 rolls here in Soho, man.
Really?
You know what? Maddie and I went to Jack's White Frida, just sitting out, reminded us of Paris, and then I was just like, bro, I got through like 3 rolls in an hour, just on this one corner, dude. I was just like, why is nobody here? Like, I mean, there's the classic fashion photographers, right? 7200 Canon, just blasting. I was like, okay, that's fine, you know, and they have their little pod, but I was like, where the hell is everybody? All right, this is gonna be a fun part of your video. I need you to guess what film stock I have in here.
What film stock you're using right now?
Yep, I'll give you 3 tries.
Because you said that, it's not Portra 400 and it's not Portra 800.
Correct.
You're probably using Fuji Superia.
That's one guess, and that's wrong.
Shit, wait, can you give me a black and white or color?
Black and white. We got 2 more
probably,
guesses.
Is it HP5?
It's not. Tri-X, baby.
Tri-X.
They're out of HP5, which I usually gravitate towards.
Are you shooting black and white because you can't find color, or you just want to shoot black and white?
Oh, I just picked up a good chunk of Portra 800. I have color, but
yeah, but that's for a job.
it's like two, that's true. It's like 2 rolls to color to 1 black and white.
Okay.
I just kind of like to throw some black and white every now and then.
Okay.
Keeps me honest. Oh yeah, baby. We are back in it right now. Feels good.
How does it feel to be back?
Oh, bro, it feels so good. Every time I come back, it's just... My allergies have been bonkers since coming here.
That's opposite of when I went to Nashville. My allergies fucking hit.
That might have been the brother. Bro, this is like the first time in a long time I actually enjoy posted up on a corner instead of walking. Because usually when I'm here, 12 miles, 15 miles, let me just keep moving. But these last few days since getting dinner with Maddie at Jack's White Frida, and just saw all the people that were crossing here, I've just been bouncing back between these 2 blocks. Maybe it's a little bit of Nashville rubbing off on me because we only have 3 blocks in Nashville. But like, I have spent so much time here that the last 7 days, the majority of my time has been spent here. And 2.5, 3 years ago, that stressed me out. Like the thought of just like staying on one corner for longer than 10 minutes, I couldn't do it. But now, who knows why that is? Maybe it's, you know, I'm changing, my personality's changed, or maybe it's just this trip, but I've really enjoyed just posting up on a corner for an hour, 2 hours, and that has been, I've been actually getting a lot of stuff that I really like too, so could all be garbage. We'll never know, or we'll know in 2 days, but where are you still sending your film? The place in Jersey?
Yeah, Gelatin. Shout out Gelatin Labs. I feel like you've done a lot of these kind of videos before.
Street Diaries? Yeah. Have you heard of them?
Somebody else has you on their channel, and like you're like walking with them and talking with them.
Not
It's like
a
walkie talkie. How is this going to be different than those videos?
Those other ones weren't produced by you. And I cannot wait for the great questions we have planned for this video. We're going to go deep. Before we go deep, I'm going to need a few mimosas in the system first before we go there.
Get a little lubed up, and then we can go deep. You feel rusty at all shooting?
Bro, that last month. Oh, bro, I was just, and especially looking at the scans too, man. I was pulling focus too short when it should have been longer, and I was just kind of getting trigger happy, and I just had to dust off the rust a little bit. But no, I was absolutely rusty. I'm feeling like my old self now, or new self, but finding that rhythm again. I mean, that's highly recommend not taking time off from shooting.
If I take off like a couple like days, I get back.
You kind of feel it.
Everything's
bro.
I
took almost off like 6 months.
That's wild.
I shot SantaCon, and then I hadn't done anything since this last trip.
That's crazy. That's
so
like,
it was.
That was 4 months, 4.5 months.
Yeah, man, that was not ideal.
Lot.
Hope to never have another stretch like that again.
Why'd you stop?
It was kind of leading up to the book coming out, and I just had a lot of stress and anxiety. In winter, man, just unmotivated. I mean, I was running a lot or trying to get back into running, and I was shooting a lot of 120 stuff, but nothing street stuff. I don't know, man. I just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't vibing.
It's a good reason to not shoot it.
I know. Might have been 2 stops overexposed there.
I hope I wasn't in your frame.
I mean, bro, I'll just clean you out of it.
Yeah,
take you out, clone you out.
Little content aware brush. Easy.
Content aware brush. I mean, there's another reason why I love this corner. I mean, this is so photogenic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have black and white in, but the colors.
Yeah, you don't got to
worry about
composition
composition of things. But also, I think one thing I love about this area too is that I would say 75-80% of the people I take photo of are here in this area. They want to be seen. They want to be photographed. It's part. I mean, I've had no issues. The 5-6 rolls I've shot here in the last few days, man. Everybody just in good moods, good spirits. All right, so you get to interview and have on a walkie-talkie episode one deceased photographer that is no longer here with us, and you get to have them on your YouTube channel. Who do you choose?
Dang. The obvious answer is Gary Winogrand, so I don't want to say that.
Ooh, you feel like, okay.
I feel like that's the obvious answer.
I mean, I was maybe you were gonna go like Robert Frank.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, how do you not choose? Also choose the Godfather, Bresson.
But he's like
Gary Winogrand would have been.
Then again, I feel like so much has come out like that already, so that already exists. So it would be nice to do it for somebody that the documentation of them doesn't already exist.
Right. That's true.
It's kind of why I like doing walkie-talkies with other people who don't have stuff filmed about them. It's just to kind of bring awareness of the community.
Yes.
And everybody doing it.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think of somebody else who doesn't have, but I feel like everybody else who shot back then that I would know of has already. The reason I know them is because of stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know who. I'm trying to think of who's dead.
It's nice. Great posture. One more frame. I know what's happening here on this frame. There we go. Oh, I might have a...
Here we go. And start the timer now. When was the last time you fucked up a roll, loading it or accidentally opened up the bottom plate without rewinding?
I think I learned my lesson the hard way December of 2019, almost 2020. I was in Cuba and it was one morning. I went on a walk and man, the street was just hitting. Everything was coming my way. I mean, I went through a frame, an entire roll in probably 10 minutes. It was that kind of morning. So I finished that roll and I go to swap out and it's empty. I have no film in my camera.
What?
I went through 36 frames of just a beautiful morning walk. Something happened the previous night where I guess I had just emptied it but never reloaded it, and I just got confused, and that actually happened twice on that trip. Since then, it is, I've made sure to never let that happen again, but that was brutal. Still all those moments, there's a few frames I still think of that I don't have. That was probably one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn. So, yep. Nothing like that since then, unfortunately.
It's good. It's good. It's 3 years ago. So
you gotta learn the hard way. Loaded some P800. That probably cost $30 a roll. Getting so expensive now.
Sorry, you get your film for free from Kodak, so you're good. Oh shit!
I have been in search for a better lens hood for this version of the Summicron. I bought it 3 months ago when they are still out of stock and I haven't gotten it. But no, I absolutely do not get my film for free from Kodak. I wish, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of pull. Well, brother, what do you say? You want to grab a drink real quick?
Let's get it, I'm down.
Oh, there's a nice little two-top out here. We can shoot out here.
Damn, bro, you almost knocked over my camera.
Dude, that was sick.
That would have sucked, bro. Look at this little view. Dang.
Not bad.
This is romantic. Oh, this is good. It's if I see a shot, I can just...
That's it, man. You're just kind of already... No, I'm going to be shooting that ish from right here. It's going to set. What's been your favorite kind of New York City event to photograph? A parade, a gathering, an Easter? Is there some event, Halloween, something that happens every year that's no matter what, wherever I'm at, I try not to miss this every year?
I want to say 4th of July at Coney.
It's pretty spectacular. We did that last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were out there, yep.
Because I think Coney right now is one of my favorite, if not my favorite place to shoot. And then 4th of July is the peak, right? The vibes are the highest. What about you?
Here in the city?
Yeah, in general.
I had a lot of fun. I only did it once, and it was 2019. I really enjoyed photographing Halloween, like a Saturday night, like 2 nights before Halloween or whatever, like where there was like the parade. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I would agree. I think Coney in the summer is it's unmatched.
What do you write on it?
Just +1.
Oh, okay. So just like how you shot it.
I'm not as detailed as you, where I have a freaking spreadsheet of every single frame. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Organization is easy, kids.
It's overrated.
What does that guy have in his head?
Oh, a patch? Is it a patch? Let's go check it out. Dang, the patch, the mask, the eyebrow, the glasses. That was a paulie.b shot if I've ever seen one.
You zone focus, right? You zone focus all your shots? All of them, 99%?
Yeah, I mean, occasionally if it's a slow scene or somebody's sleeping or, yep, almost all of them.
The hit rate is really good. I feel like you've like mastered it.
I mean, the last 6, when I came out last month, dude, I was struggling. I was missing a lot. But now I feel like I'm right back into it. And I've been zoning more at 5.6. I like never, ever, rarely went below f8. I was always pushed into 800, 16, but now it's like, I'm getting more comfortable now zoning at 5.6 and just getting that separation between my background and my subject, and it's like I'm really enjoying it a lot, and the challenge too to like test myself. I got 4 feet in this zone.
Does it all feel like you know the bottom's at 5?
Right. Yep.
Right. So you know, and then mentally
right.
you know how far
100%.
5 is.
Yep. And then I know if they're coming closer to me, or it's like somebody I want like a just isolated portrait. I know. Whoop,
yeah, you know.
Just swipe up, and it's just about that. Oh, they're nice. And that's the best feeling too, when you're trying to get that up close portrait and it just works to where you just do that and hit. It's exactly like even like right here. This is gonna be so good. Nice. That's the biggest part about street photography, especially if you're shooting on a zone focused system. What would you say? 80, like so much of it's feeling. It's like it's gonna suck for a few months learning it, but once you learn it and you're doing it every single day or every other day or how often you're doing it, it literally becomes like a second language. I feel like at a point, like whatever ISO I'm shooting, I could be in the sun for an hour, take a right, and jump into the shadows, and without looking, I can just jump down to 500th of a second, go from F11 to F8, and know I'm still there. And it's just.
Look at this guy's t-shirt with the brown panties on the back of it from a distance. Isn't that a great shot?
That's incredible.
It's a great shot.
I would love that shirt.
Yeah.
It's a great picture.
Yeah,
it is a great picture.
Yeah.
What do you do when you see somebody, a tourist or somebody, and they see that you're taking photos, and they ask you like, "Oh, take my picture." What's your answer? What's your move?
I say no.
Great.
A lot of times I look at him, I go, no, I'm good. I keep walking.
I just chalk it up to like, oh, I'm shooting film. I only got 2 shots left.
Oh.
Like it's
You're nicer
like,
than
oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah. You're way nicer than me.
You just straight up give them the no. Beat it, pal.
Unless I'm feeling good.
That's fair. But the best when you get asked that and you're shooting flash, I just trigger the flash.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the action
you
and
just
pretend
hit
like
that
I'm
little-
advancing film.
Little pilot button, and that's it.
I did have one guy call me out though. I did that. He was like, "You didn't take the photo." I was like, "Whatever, bro." I just kept on walking. I usually don't listen to music when I shoot, but I've been jamming to some music lately, the last few days.
For a while, I was 100% against listening to music, listening to street, because I wanted to hear everything around me.
Yep.
But then, like, at some point in the past year, I started just like listening to music, and like it helped me get into the zone.
Yes.
Which I think like that's like what your goal is, right? Just to get into the zone.
Into the zone. And sometimes
like-
it takes longer to get into that. But we're purists in the sense where we want to feel the streets, we want to hear the sounds, we want to hear the conversation. I'm feeling
Everybody
the
has
exact
those,
same
like,
way.
certain songs that like kind of put them into that zone.
Yep.
And like you just don't give a fuck about anything.
Yep.
And I think there's also something to say about like, when you block a sense, the other senses get heightened.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily blocking my hearing, but I'm blocking my hearing relative to
the
the
chaos
streets.
and the noise.
Yeah. So
no,
my eyes are a
that's-
little more looking around.
That's so true.
Maybe, I don't know.
No,
I'm bullshitting.
No. Because I agree, and I've never listened to music up until recently, and it's been kind of. I mean, I'd be listening to it right now if you weren't here.
Yeah.
Like I'd be kind of in the zone right now, but it's weird. You ever thought about getting a external viewfinder?
Thought about it.
It's real nice. Here, throw it on yours for a bit. You have a 28 on, right?
Yeah. The thing is, I don't zone focus every shot.
True.
I critical a lot of it,
You do.
but like
Okay.
I know how to. It's just,
Right.
oh, that's bright. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about,
Audience,
man.
take a look at this.
Absolute game changer.
Wow. Look how bright that is. Dang. We living.
Yeah, Andre got me hooked on that. He had one. I put it on. I was like, oh
Is that
man,
name drop?
that
Are
is
you-
just.
Are you name dropping right now?
I know, it's my buddy from high school, Andre. Yeah. Oh, you see the pool?
That's the pool, yeah.
I don't think I've ever.
You never been over here?
Jesus. Oh, that is incredible.
I think they fill it Memorial Day, I think, when they fill it.
Really like that. It's really nice. If you had to choose one borough to photograph for the rest of your life, you can't have any of the other 4. You can't step foot in the other 4.
I can't not say Manhattan if I eliminate all the
So
other
you
ones.
would never be able to go to Coney Island, Brooklyn,
I know, but then
Queens.
like the alternative is I'd never come to Manhattan, and I shoot most of the time in Manhattan.
Right. Yeah. Fair.
What about you?
I mean, I'd probably say the same thing. 100%. I mean, it'd be tough to not go to Coney. Brooklyn. I mean, I could stick in Brooklyn for a bit. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it work.
I mean, you got Flushing, you got Williamsburg, you got. I mean, I'm familiar with Bushwick. Then you have Coney.
You can get it done for sure. You just want like.
Yeah. If you had to leave New York City, New York was not an option or didn't exist, and you had to shoot street in some other American city, where would you go?
American city.
Would you go back to Chicago? I mean, the only other option I feel like is Chicago.
Or SF
Oh,
or Chicago.
SF, yeah, that's true.
I feel like SF's like it has the bustle,
It does,
like
yeah.
you know,
And
the energy,
wildly unique architecture.
and you get some of the crazy. You get a lot of the crazies there too.
Yeah.
So I feel like SF would be a good option. It's just small.
Yeah, but then you also have all that close access to like nature too, which I think is just don't leave all your camera gear in your car.
That's
Just definitely don't do that.
wow.
Sorry, too soon.
I mean, you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, I know.
How aware are you of all the memes and stuff of you that are out in the universe?
I don't pay attention to that at all unless literally people that follow me shoot me DMs. Like, oh man, have you seen this? That's the only way I see it. I don't actively try to search for that stuff.
Do you have a favorite? Is there a favorite that you can remember?
There was one where I really liked. Back in like 2018, 2019, winter, Joe Greer, I wore that big ass Home Alone coat with the beanie. And somebody said, one of it was like, remember this kid from Home Alone, this character from Home Alone? This is him now, or something. And it was me and Marv, or Harry. I forget which one wears the beanie.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's character.
Yeah.
And that was actually probably one of the best I've seen.
that
I
was
don't think
good.
anything is gonna top that, because I specifically bought that jacket and wore that beanie because Home Alone is one of my
Hell
favorite
yeah.
childhood movies. Props to whoever made that. That was genius. That was pretty good.
Message to the haters.
I get to do what I do for a living. I'm confident in my experience. I'm confident in my story. A lot of you guys don't even know my story or know what I've been through to get to where I'm at. And so you're just working on whatever preconceived, predetermined idea that you have of me because you've seen me behind a phone or on a TV screen. And that's unfortunate. I hope we get to meet someday and that we get to have a beer or a drink and you get to know me. I just keep taking photos, be kind. There are real humans on the other side of this camera that your words are affecting. And so I get it, it's part of the territory, it comes with it, but I try to treat people as much as I can with kindness because you literally have no idea what people are going through. I try to dwell and think on all the incredible friends that people have in my life that have my back, and not to think about that because there's just so many more. Life is so short. Life is literally so freaking short.
Yeah.
Like I want to focus on the art, I want to focus on the work that I'm making. I just keep putting in the work.
How'd you get started with Leica?
My buddy Mike McDonald, when I was working at a church in Oregon, 2015, 2016, he always brought his M240 to work. And I was familiar with Leica, I'd heard of it, and so he kind of indoctrinated me into why he shoots Leica. He was the reason I got into it. He's like, I think and at the time I had just gotten into film, and he's like, if you're into film, you should check out the M6. Bought one, guess, my first Leica.
900.
2016, $900.
900? Got it.
It was this one here. It had this mark on it, and I think it's probably why I was under 1,000. No, it was my buddy Mike McDonald. If you're watching this, I hope you do see it. Thank you, but also I hate you. You've ruined my life, and I've spent too much money on this craft.
Dustin he got me into it.
Yeah, I remember that because you were shooting a Canon. Am I right?
Yep.
A Canon what?
Canon 5 DSR.
Wow. Because when I first met you,
I
were
was
loaning This one.
This one. This one. This
Yep,
guy.
that's right.
You met me. I
think,
met you on 34th and 7th.
34th and 7th, and that's why.
And that's why you have the tattoo.
Oh, you can't see it.
Oh,
Well, I guess
damn
I
it.
could drop my overalls right
Yeah.
now and show you, but that's why I have
That's
that.
why you have it, because you met me there.
That's it.
How sweet of you.
That, and do you remember those summers, 2018, 2019?
2019, yeah.
There on that intersection. Those were the good old days. That quote in The Office. I wish you knew it was the good old days before you were actually. What was it? What was his quote? Oh man.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Favorite sports movie of all time?
It's between two: a football and a baseball.
Ooh.
Guess.
Angels in the Outfield? No.
No, but that is a very good one. I forgot about that one.
Dang.
It's obviously the other baseball movie. There's only one other.
What is
There
it?
are multiple others, but
Yeah.
there's one from our childhood. We're
saying
same age.
Sandlot.
Yes.
You said football?
Yep.
Little Giants?
That is another good one, but it is not that one. No,
Remember the Titans?
Rudy.
Oh, Rudy.
I'm a diehard Rudy fan.
Dang, I'm more.
I cry
Remember
every
the
time.
Titans.
I love. I mean, so top five, it's Sandlot, Rudy, Remember the Titans. I do love Angels in the Outfield. Little Giants is up there, but for me, I think it'd have to be the Big Green.
Oh, Big Green's
Remember
good.
the Big Green, dude?
Big Green's really good.
I mean, that's so much nostalgia in one
Little
hand.
Giants?
Those top five. Little Giants, remember that?
Little Giants is so good. One last question. What is your advice to somebody who wants to build a life in the way that you have?
I mean, I think the biggest thing. I don't want to say the cliche answer. Trying to think of something a little bit more insightful. But I mean, it's taken a long time to get to where I'm at, and it has not been pretty. There are times even where. When I was here living in New York, man, where the bank account was almost at zero. Even though we were traveling, it's just, I mean, New York was expensive. It more so than Maddie and I realized coming in here. And so it hasn't been glamorous at all, or at least maybe as it may seem. So it's been tough, but I mean, I would not trade it for the world. I mean, I'm so thankful I get to take photos for a living. It's one of the greatest careers, in my opinion, on earth, and the fact that we get to do that for, you know, as long as our eyes, hands, mind, and feet work, and we're mobile, we'll probably be taking photos to the day we die. So, but I think the biggest thing is consistency. You gotta show up. You gotta show up when the days that you don't. You gotta show up. You gotta keep putting in the work. You gotta keep shooting. You gotta keep curating, keep editing, keep learning, keep growing. I mean, that is the biggest thing, man. I mean, starting back in 2011, now fast forward almost close to 11 years. It's just, I think it can happen for you. I absolutely do believe. I don't think even though it feels like it, I don't think the market's as saturated as it may appear online. There's always brands and companies looking for new photographers, new perspectives, new voices, new ways of seeing the world. I think it's collaboration, it's consistency, it's diving into community. I mean, Paulie, you're an incredible example of just very consistent in all of those C's. That's it. That's helped me get to where I'm at, and I know it's not a fun or sexy answer, but hopefully that helps.
All right, man. I appreciate you spending time
Thank
with
you
me.
for having me on. And asking
Anybody
me.
that doesn't know, let them know where they can find your work.
I mean, Iowa Greer, Iowa Street. Don't follow my YouTube. I never post. Thank you for having me. I was afraid you weren't even going to ask me, which that would have, you know, we would have had some tough talks over some beer or coffee. But no, I'm very thankful that you asked me, and it's always a pleasure to see you, man.
Word.
Proud of you, buddy.
Appreciate you, man.
Cheers.
Now when they see us in the streets, all they wanna do is